of the university for inviting our embassy, especially to make to share some, how to say, our experience and our knowledge and our ideas. As far as most of our participants are students, I just would like to give you one good news about the one PhD student from Jawaharlal Nehru student. He's doing PhD, and for the first time in his life, he's traveling to Central Asia. This morning, he came up to me in our embassy, asked and applied for visa. We immediately issued him a visa without any charges. His plan is to travel first to Uzbekistan, to Bukhara, Samarkand, and then after 5 days to go to Tajikistan. And his PhD student, his name is Saddam Hussein. Yes, and he's going to do a research about the works of the founder of Tajik Soviet literature, Sadruddin Aini. Sadruddin Aini is a national hero of Tajikistan. He's a founder of Tajik literature during the Soviet period. After the Bolshevik Revolution in 1917, he was the one who introduced Tajik nation to the rest of the world. And he was born in Bukhara. And therefore, this student, PhD, Saddam Hussein, is now intending to do a research about the work done by this great, very famous writer of Tajik people. And therefore, I wish those students who are sitting here also make commitment or decide maybe one day also you will be interested maybe not poetry or poets, but maybe in different fields. And therefore, I would also wish you success in this regard. The ties between Tajikistan and India, of course, have been built on lasting common historical and cultural roots, as well as strategically important partnership. Cordial and mutual trust embraces many dimensions of human endeavor, with a special focus on stability, security, defense, connectivity, trade, industry, agriculture, energy, culture, health, education, etc. In the regional context, the first summit of India Central Asia heads of state was a symbolic and remarkable event marking the 30th anniversary of diplomatic relations of 5 countries of our region with India. This event, together with constructive initiatives and proposals of its distinguished participants, enabled us to take firm steps towards enriching and diversifying relationships with India on bilateral and multilateral dimensions over the last years. Over the last 2 years, India actively supported and provided humanitarian assistance to Tajikistan in addressing problems related to COVID-19, which is highly appreciated by the government of Tajikistan. Over 3 decades of mutually beneficial cooperation, both sides put all efforts to strengthen the legal basis of relations. Today, legal framework of our cooperation embraces more than 75 documents, which is a remarkable achievement. It is encouraging that despite COVID-19 restrictions, the volume of bilateral trade during the last year is increasing significantly. According to the official data, last year, the total amount of goods turnover exceeded $100 million. This is a clear indication that there is a great potential for increasing bilateral trade, and we should utilize all opportunities efficiently. Tajikistan has declared rapid industrialization of its first strategic goal and developed its own strategy for achieving this objective. India has gained rich experience and potential in industrialization, as well adopted similar goals before the start of this process. Therefore, exchange of views and experiences in industrialization, as well establishing joint ventures and industrial companies would be mutually beneficial. On connectivity, I would like to underline that the direct flights between the capitals of both countries play a key role in strengthening contacts in all spheres, including G2G, B2B, and P2P. Given the current high demand in air travels between our countries, particularly for medical treatment, business trips, and educational purposes, we think it would be vitally important if the number of flights would have been increased. Another promising point of connectivity between two countries, of course, as previous speaker just mentioned, is Chobahar Port in Iran, which could significantly facilitate our bilateral trade. It should be emphasized that within the Central Asia-India dialogue, the first meeting of the joint working group on Chobahar was conducted in Mumbai in April. Perspective of cooperation in energy sector. Indian companies have been actively engaged in our energy sector during the previous years. Cooperation with such Indian companies like Tata Power, BHEL, KES International, Kalapatru, and others is a decent example of our collaboration. By the way, Tata Power is very, very active and also very influential in our sector. Okay. Therefore, I think we can increase this. However, there are more opportunities for the Indian companies to engage in the energy sector of Tajikistan, including construction of Ragun hydropower station. Ragun is the biggest in Central Asia. It is the biggest in Central Asia. It is under the construction now, and we believe that India, we are trying also to bring the credit line. $1 billion that is offered by India, somehow to use, if of course all the conditions are met by two companies. Moreover, construction of the Ragun will facilitate new opportunities for connecting energy grids of both countries, thus establishing energy market between Central Asia and South Asia in the future. Today, discussions of our experts are progressing on attracting of Indian line of credit to the implementation of the Ragun project. We are looking forward to continuation of these discussions and hope soon we will see the outcomes. We believe that integrated use of both hydropower and solar energy will serve both diversification of energy sources and help to find complementarity between these two green sources of energy. Could be cooperation on culture and education. Over the last years, several efforts have been made by both sides jointly to preserve and conduct research works on a rich heritage of these poets and prepare relevant publications. But still we see that the need for the better coordination of the efforts and joint programs, including activities aimed at compiling a single catalog of manuscripts collected in the libraries and museums of India. There is a big reach of manuscripts and handwritings that is kept preserved in different libraries of India. And we are negotiating, I personally, with the Ministry of Culture to give access to those, at least to digitalize, at least. If not, how to say, given original, at least we can make copies, electronic copies of those. Since India has advanced technologies in digitalization, the protection of this common heritage in a digital format, creating digital archives and websites of the prominent Tajik Persian-speaking poets of India deems appropriate. In particular, creating online platform Bedil Heritage. And this is, we are pushing every day, we're pushing Bedil Heritage entitled Ganji Bedil, where all available audio, video, written manuscripts, and other related documents will be preserved and made available to the public. Despite our geopolitical and cultural affinity, it seems that there are some gaps in our information space, which on many occasions are filled by the media from the third countries. direct and close collaboration of the relevant authorities and mass media of both countries will enrich knowledge and awareness mutually. Nowadays, educational cooperation between both sides is developing well. India is providing annually training courses under the Economic and Technical Cooperation Project, ITEC, as well as ICCR. Recently, the number of ITEC quota for Tajikistan has increased to 100, from 100 to 250. I mean, the number of scholarships, actually. ITEC courses are mainly short-term and are attended mainly by Tajikistan civil servants. In this context, the involvement of civil servants in the field of information and cyber technology, engineering, agriculture, water resources, industry, energy, trade, logistics, and economic diplomacy is considered important. Following the first Central Asia-India Summit, we are promoting practical steps to establish joint faculties, universities, branches of technical, medical, agricultural, and other sciences, as well to initiate joint programs on vocational trainings. In this direction, we are ready to engage in exploring all mutually beneficial opportunities. Thank you for your attention.